Yeah, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Yeah. Money stay callin' in this bitch. We ain't worry about none, we celebrating.
We ain't worried about none.
We celebrating. Facts, man.
Celebrating.
Facts on facts. Welcome back, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All the Pulse Nation peeps. We have episode 41 in the book right now. We got it going right now. Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Let everyone know to come join in on the Pulse Nation stream. Folks, we got some green candles happening. We got some lamps happening. Have you seen them lately?
Oh, lovely time to be in the ecosystem. Lovely time. I mean,
you know what I find just hilarious about it as well is for whatever reason, I don't know, my computer's lagging up on me, but for whatever reason, just watching it as it is right here, there we go. For whatever reason, right, just watching it as it is on this pump right now, it was funny. I hit my friend up whenever Hex had already gone up and done 100% pump in the span of a couple of days. He's like, nah, I'm really excited. He started getting the 3x pump in the Hex, and he was like, all right, man. And he started seeing damn near 2x pump and Pulse, 2x pump and Pulse X. And he's like, all right, man, I'm starting to get excited. Man.
Bro.
And that's what it is. It's that feeling. I heard my man already taking screenshots over here, my boy.
Oh, man, yeah. Because it was like, after damn near 3 years, you finally see something that looks good. Like, damn, that felt, it was a tiny bit. But that tiny bit showed me the life I needed to see, bro. And I've been enjoying it. I don't see this turning around. We climbed down the stairs for the last 2 years, and I think we're gonna start climbing up. It's just beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yep, and it times out exactly perfectly with how Bitcoin halving cycle conveniently works, folks. Isn't that strange how it happened to coincide with a 6 month prior to Bitcoin halving pump? September was a little bit red. We already know.
And very interesting. Let me ask Siri real quick. Hey Siri, what's 50 weeks from May 12th? April 26, 2024. Come on, dog. What did RH say? 50 weeks to shake out the losers? Come on, dog.
And guess where that just happens to also be, my friend? Bitcoin halving. And it all happens, you know what I mean? Just like coincidentally, whatever it may possibly be, man. No matter which way you want to look at it, did the man time the launch? Did the man wait for the launch? Does he have all these numbers and calculations already figured out like the back of his hand? He's already got it mapped out as if he was navigating through a whole freaking city, knowing every single nook, turn, and cranny that's happening in there. The dude is incredible for RH, my friends.
Bro, his timing is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Man, he plays things at such a high level, and it's just so incredible. And what's funny, it's very hard to get your mindset into a similar zone as what he thinks like. And the reason why is just because, just imagine that again, like no matter what, you've got the solutions, you've got the answers, but now you got to find a way to get there. And not only is he finding a way to get there, he's going to create 1 million millionaires, folks. And are you going to be part of the millionaires? He is going to create it. It's just a matter of, are you going to be there with him?
That's really all it is, man. I'm not stepping out. I'm not stepping out to see, because I'm gonna wait. You know, the original Hexicans waited and it paid off. So this is just round 2. That's really all it is. I'll wait as long as it takes, because I'm tired, bro.
And you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, no matter what, even if anyone had to, because again, like not everyone's going to be able to retire this cycle, nor do I want everyone to retire. It's not something, that's not how it goes. It's not how it works. It's not like I don't want that to happen, but there's going to be a lot of new people joining a year and a half from now during the top of the bull market, because it's just a hype cycle. And so not all those people are like the people who joined Hex in 2021. Not everyone won. A lot of the times for the people who continue to DCA over that span of time and through this dip has lowered their average so much to where now they are also in profits. And that makes me excited again, my friend. Like that is incredible. Like to be at that level, to be at the point in time where you held something for a span of 2 years because of a belief, because of a narrative, because of a story, whatever it was that you decided to hold it for. And then you continued not only to hold it, but to average in and to lower your cost. So right now, after seeing a 3x pump, you're actually in the green and everything else is profit from here, my friend.
Beautiful.
And that's what a lot of people are getting to experience right now. And that
and
has brought
yep.
that joy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I could feel the energy, bro. You know, you're seeing it shift now. You know, people are starting to believe what we've been believing since forever. We knew this was coming. We just didn't know when. And you're starting to see the energy shift on like Twitter and whatnot, and just in the whole space, bro. People are getting excited. I mean, I kept telling people, bro, until Bitcoin is moving, don't talk to me about PulseChain. Like, you know, like we have to wait for Bitcoin to do its run.
Right.
And now if Bitcoin gets to all-time highs and we haven't moved, okay, then you could be nervous.
Correct.
But bro, like there's nothing to be worried about. We're literally following the rest of the market. But I think when we get up to the start of the race, we're going to take off a lot further than, you know, whatever Bitcoin is going to do or Ethereum. Like, you know, you heard Rags to Riches say it. He thinks this is going to be the #1 performing layer 1, you know, in the entire crypto. So, I mean, he's not making it up, guys.
No, and he's coming at it from a logical standpoint. And what's funny, people talk about this where they're like, I want to be logical, but then they go and they do something degenerate like a meme coin or something. So it's funny when you end up doing, you know, kind of a little mixture of the two. But people say that whole concept of being logical. Well, this whole system is logical. It doesn't make the most sense to be diversifying into 100 different projects if you know that you can put your capital into a few projects right now, thereby multiplying your actual earnings. Because what's going to happen, it happens all the time. People diversify into 10 different coins, 100 different coins, whatever it may be. And you end up getting yourself a good handful in a collection as if you're trying to catch them all. But what's funny is you start looking at the end of the day, and just like Pokemon cards, how they're mostly not worth anything, there's a few that are worth a lot. That's what happens with these meme coins as well. You end up holding a lot that are worthless and worth nothing, and then you still have the ones that are earning a lot and that are worth a lot. The downside to it is you could have ended up buying all those tokens that were worth a lot now instead of losing all that money on the trash that you're looking at.
Yeah, man.
Right? That's what it is right there. You break it down in a different way, man. Like I look at it from a standpoint of just a collection of Pokemon cards, man. You know, the people that have collected them and held them for a long time have made a lot of money for the select few, right? But there's only a handful of them that just like really show that true power. Well, that's how I feel about PulseChain, PulseX, and the Hex ecosystem.
Yeah,
it's that same concept, my friends.
I just find it really funny that a lot of, you know, back when the meme coins had its run on PulseChain and guys were talking hella crazy mess, and I keep tabs on these guys, so I've been looking for their tweets, and I stumbled across a guy, bro. This guy hasn't tweeted in weeks, bro. He's hurt. He was talking all this mess. Yo, as soon as PulseChain and PulseX started taking off, bro, I haven't heard from this guy in weeks, yo. You got smacked.
That's funny.
You thought you were winning. You tried to swap back and you couldn't, and now you don't even tweet no more. You're hurt, bro.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, I showed that picture last time, I believe, but it's the same thing where people were trading, and, you know, you got the people trading, buying, selling. Well, eventually the thing just runs off, and I tell y'all this because it's happened to me in the past, but this is Bitcoin here, not even what we're actually talking about, but let's just pull up like Hex, for example, right? So this is exactly kind of how it works whenever you're dealing with, just say, Hex in this example. People buy, trade, buy, sell. All these little things happen all through this time. And then all of a sudden it just goes poosh and then just takes off. And guys, that's a 4x pump in the span of 8 days, right? And then you truly do get left behind. It's a span where this happens and you are just gone. Like, this is your last thing was like, cool, I'll sell out here and I'll buy back in when it hits a little bit lower. And then it just goes and it just takes the fuck off. Where even if right now you don't go based on that candle wick, you're still 3.5x up right now at this point in time.
Man, if I could just pull up some of the DMs I've been getting, bro. I should have listened to you, man. I wanted to trade these coins and it didn't work out for me.
So yeah, there's so many people that are yeah, dude, I love Disciples videos that he does on those. Man, they're hilarious.
That's happening. People are DMing
that's what
me,
that
bro.
literally happens, man. It's literally that same sentiment. And again, it's because you feel like you play this game where you feel like you have to go make up the money that you lost. But folks, you never actually lost the money, right? Until you sell, You never lost the money. You never took it and realized what it was at that point in time for the value it is. If you never decide to trade or sell, again, you've never realized that loss. But for the people who go and wait until this bottom time and then they're like, cool, I see meme coins pumping. I'm going to go take my money and this that I've put in that's lost 40%, 50% value, whatever amount it may possibly be from your initial investment. Then you go chase a meme coin. That meme coin, maybe it does a 50% pump, or maybe it goes and does a 2x. If you don't take profit, it goes and drops. And then you have that down 50%. Now this one's pumping. So you try to get back in, and it plays this game where you try to go back and forth and back and forth. And that is such a dangerous losing game to play. You will not win that game.
Hey, shout out to Corey Investor, man. I see you in the chat. We got a link soon, brother. But yo, you know what I think is going on too, bro? I really think people don't know what they hold. You know, I think some guys came in last minute and they think we're just a group of guys who are all gathered around a meme coin. They think PulseChain is a meme coin. They think PulseX is, bro, this is, you got to understand what this is. You got to go back and do the research. You got to go discover Richard Hart, find out what he's creating, because this ain't no meme coin, y'all. This was not a pump and dump, you know, like, and when I see guys say that, like, oh, it's dumped, it's down 90%. How can you shill it? Because it's going to go up like extraordinarily. Like you don't understand, man. I think people don't understand. I think that's what it is. They don't know what they're holding. You know?
No, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of it all. It's a mixture of the narrative and who you've also listened to and who you have your ears tuned into.
Right.
Because that also plays a role into how you perceive what you're looking at. Are you actually thinking for yourself in your situation? Or did you hear through the grapevine that this is some BS happening over here and you never did the due diligence to actually go look? And a lot of times that's what it is right there, where no one does the due diligence to even realize, folks, every single one of y'all who had coins, to those of y'all who are brand new, welcome in. Congratulations. For everyone who had their tokens on Ethereum, any tokens you had on May 10th of 2023 have been copied over to PulseChain. So all you got to do is literally just connect to the network and realize you had all of your tokens copied. Every single one.
They don't get it. They really think this is just a meme coin, bro. Like, this is a whole ecosystem, y'all. It's not a coin. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm so emotionally frustrated with how people treat this thing, bro. Because I want to see people win, man. And it's like, they clown you, they make fun of you, they think we're a bunch of psychos. You know, like, we're not crazy, yo. Why would we be doing this?
Right.
Just, yo,
again, I wouldn't even be present right now if I didn't truly believe. Let's just start with that. Like, you didn't hear me talking about anything prior to 2021. That's a clear indicator that I am very freaking bullish on this ecosystem, because I would never put my face out there and be like one of those silly shill promoters who just promote the new meme coin of the day and get paid to do it. Because again, I am not trying to wreck anyone. That's not my task. It's not my goal. I love helping people, just like the entire economy and ecosystem behind RH. We love helping people. We love seeing people win. And at the end of the day, that's what I feel like we've stepped into with this ecosystem. Not only did I feel a weight lifted off my shoulder when I discovered Hex, because I didn't have to worry about the trading, the nuances, it actually also helped me create a longer vision as well, because I was in the mentality that you had to get in and out, even within 6 months to 2 years times. That's very short-term mindset. And if you ask me, like, 2 years is a very short-term mindset, my friend. And so I was even shorter on most of them. That was my long terms. You know what I mean? Like, that was shit that I was holding just because.
Right.
I would do all the other short plays as well. Shit that would happen within weeks, days, even months. That was stupid of me. So stupid. And so you just didn't even give the market. Yes, it went the way you thought it was going to go, but half the time you didn't give it enough time for it to go that way.
Bro, it's exactly, man. Fat. Oh my God. I'm just so emotional today, man. And Wales jumps in here. It's just crazy, man.
Wales.
What's up, Wales? Damn, bro. Wales, do they understand what they hold, man? I don't think they do.
Nah, they never have, bro. You know, you used to say that all the time. Like, I used to be like, yo, motherfuckers don't even understand what they hold.
They don't.
And they don't.
Bro, it bothers me, man. Yo, I don't know why I feel like this, man. It's just, I don't know.
You know what it is, bro? Let me help you out. Because for a long time, I used to think that the perspective of the random individuals out there mattered. And here's the thing. It doesn't because time will always prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's literally what I just stated right there. Was like my mindset prior to discovering Hex, whenever I would do any trade, was short term, because I would have even 6 months to 2 years, which is short term, my friends. And so I would make trades, but it would go the way I would think it would go, but I didn't give it enough time for it to play out, no matter which route it went, up or down. I didn't give it enough time. It went the way I thought it would, but it didn't go there the certain amount of time that I thought it would take. My mindset was always shorter, faster, quicker, get in, get out type dude, you know? And then I discovered Hex, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? I just got to wait.
Yeah,
all I got to do is wait.
Certain coins move different. Meme coins move different than Bitcoin. Meme coins move different than Ethereum. Coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, they move slow, but they pump hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, you're not going to get these overnight millionaire, Bro, this is the type of coin where you buy and you sit your ass down and you wait. Because when it turns around, bro, it's going to put you to your knees, man. You're going to be on your fucking knee. Thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no meme coin, man. 3x, 10x in a week. This is thousands of X type stuff, man. Good luck.
As long as you're willing to freaking have time on your side, guys. Like, that's what it is.
I don't care about a 10x. I don't care about a 20x.
Listening to old YouTube streams of Richard. It's as if he's from the future. Everything he has said is happening. And that's literally what we just discussed, where it's like the man states stuff and we don't see it happen. So a lot of the times you didn't give it enough time. That's it. Like,
yeah. Bro, you shouldn't care about a 10x or a 20x unless you're already a millionaire. If you're not sitting on millions of dollars, a 10x, 20 shouldn't matter to you. Pretty much. Sure. If you 10x $1 million, that's awesome for you. But if you 10x $1,000, who cares, bro?
Nobody.
Come on, man.
Not even you.
Yeah. So, you know, so
you still got work to do.
Yeah, bro. Now, when someone like so-and-so Anon founder says, oh, PulseChain's going to do a 10x or that's because that's what they want, because they already took a bunch of millions of dollars from people. So they don't need anything more than that. So they're speaking from a biased, you know, perspective. Y'all got to recognize it, bro. This is thousands of X. This is layer one.
Let me explain something, man. With regards to PulseChain, you know, people don't grasp the significance of something being autonomous in the sense that, you know, it's going to just be what it is. And it's only going to improve. There's not going to be any degradation like there's been with Ethereum. Like Ethereum has not improved. It's only gotten worse over time. So I don't understand why people don't get that, but eventually they will. Now in regards to Hex, it's greater than PulseChain and PulseX put together, and people don't get that because they think a few thousand X's is something, you know, whatever. And the fact is that Hex is a completely new system, you know, and I've been saying this for years, and people are going to learn that shit the hard way, and they're going to learn it so hard that they're not going to understand what they were thinking when they were out here hating on Hex. They're going to want to commit suicide. Like, that's right.
Yo, listen,
that's what's gonna happen, bro. Because people get emotional over money. You got to understand that.
Yeah, 100%. Man.
You got clear as day.
I think it's a big thing to learn from people's mistakes. And who made mistakes, right? You got to ask yourself people who made mistakes were guys who faded Hex, right? So the reason why I don't fade Hex or RH or anything he makes is for that simple reason, because there's a guy sitting here today who's probably working at Chick-fil-A, sitting there like, God damn it, if I would have just bought Hex. Yep. And I don't want to be that guy 4 years from now saying that about PulseChain and PulseX. There's going to be a ton of people that do that. Why would you want to be on the side of those people?
Right.
They're gonna be there. There's plenty of people on that side, and we see them every day on Twitter. That's what's funny.
Bingo. I'm already
we
feeling
did,
it.
that's what I'm saying. They've already been showing themselves for a hot minute on this too.
Right.
Wells, give some insight on this. So you talk being the GOAT, all that good stuff from everyone. And I apologize if my internet, so for whatever reason, it keeps switching to my backup internet, but it's, I don't know. I got to check something out. But sorry, I got distracted. So let's just talk real quick on the Hex pump. So this is the last 30 days of the ecosystem within Pulse, PulseX, Incentive, and Hex. Now, we already know that Hex on Ethereum has also done roughly about a 3. So if we actually just include, just the 2 hexes, we're looking a difference of about 400+% here, whereas these are 58, 73, 27. Do you think because of the price of Hex and where it's at, we continue to see higher gains on Hex for the meantime? Because I've always been, and I'll just say real fast, that's my mind, and I'll ask here, but I've always been of the opinion that people are going to make the gains in Pulse and PulseX and or Incentive and all this, and then move them over into Hex because that's the store of value. What's your thoughts on that?
Just to speak to your latter point, I think eventually over time that is what we're gonna see, but I think we're still too early to the party to expect that to happen. But with respect to the beginning part of your question, I think it's important to remember that this system specifically is not centralized. So when buyers stop and sellers begin, that's just what it ends up being. And so we got to be careful to get carried away with price action in the sense that we're going to suspect is going to continue for an undetermined, period of time. We really don't know. For all we know, it's just a small group of people that's just coming in to buy right now, or a person that's coming in to buy right now and they're done, or whatever the case is. Right? Because, there's always going to be people that take profits as these price pumps materialize. And we've been seeing that as well. Right. So it's just a matter of letting the chart play out and respecting the market structure such that if you are a short-term player, you don't get caught slipping. Because that's ultimately all it boils down to, right? Because if you're not a short-term player, then it doesn't matter. I'm not even talking to you. You don't give a shit what I got to say. Because you're staking, and it don't matter because you're getting paid every day anyway. Interesting, right?
People just think we're a bunch of goofballs just talking about things we don't know. It's like we're here for a reason, yo. And there's only so much we could say because we can't guarantee you anything. We can't do that. But I don't know if the last 2 years hasn't convinced you. I don't know what to tell you, man. I just not gonna make it.
Not gonna. Yeah, I mean this is the PulseChain Hex and Pulse price, paired against each other on this one, and so this is kind of showing the same thing where Hex actually has, for the most part, continued to, at least for now, outperform PulseChain. For the better half of since launch, basically at this time. There has been some times where it's kind of gone back and forth, but again, a little 3x little difference there. So yeah, it's just curious. Something I'm noticing. Something I was just it caught my attention, should I say, that Hex has been kind of performing. Now, if it keeps going like this, I'd love to see it. But eventually, I could see it also coming back down and doing what you're talking about, where Pulse just pumps and then it falls back in this zone here, where it could be a good time to do a little swap if you ratio trade or something like that. But yeah, it's just interesting. I was just kind of it just kind of popped up in my mind, so I just want to kind of get your thoughts on it.
Man,
sure. Dude. I mean, the thing is that there's a million different points of view depending on your time frame, and that's what's hard for people to understand when you're in a medium like Twitter for information, because everybody's gonna say something different, and you're really not gonna know why they're saying what they're saying because they're not gonna have your point of view. They're not, and people confuse that, and and that's what creates a lot of division within, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to really speak on what they are thinking, not on what the narrative is even. You know what I mean? And that even makes things even more fractured. So, because people presume to know better and they think they know because prices have been going down or whatever, they forget how Hex is designed to function. So because they forget, they just missed the 3x, and we just LOL. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh God, it hurts, man. It hurts.
Yeah.
Well, it just
cool.
happens so fast. That's what I love, man. It's like the people who,
But that's how it
the
works.
people who get burned. Yeah, the people who get burned. It happens so fast, man. It literally it's crazy because it's like they've had all this time to, whether it be calm themselves down, do the right thing, get back in control of their whatever situation and control of themselves, and then they didn't allow that to happen, and then the pump starts. And I've just seen whales not only in our ecosystem for Ethereum, PulseChain, none of that. Just whales in the overall ecosystem of the world have been looking to get involved. And it's clear as day that just with the pump of Bitcoin going up to 35,000, are you freaking joking?
Man.
That people want to start deploying their capital. So there's a whole bunch of people sitting on dry powder. I mean, a bunch of dry powder, millions on millions on millions. And what's funny is just a few million have to trickle into our ecosystem for it to, oh my God, shine a light to everyone else. And just leave everyone in the dust.
It's crazy that a little bit of fake news from CoinDesk pretty much triggered the bull market. So imagine the real news, you know what I'm saying? Like when the ETFs are approved, and bro, the time is now, yo. Again, we talked about it earlier in the stream. RH says 50 weeks to shake out the losers. If you calculate 50 weeks from the launch of PulseChain, that's April 26th, right around the Bitcoin happening. That's if that ain't calculated to y'all, I don't know, man. The guy's smart, man. He's a smart guy. I mean, Jesus Christ. What do you want? What do you want?
They want it all. They want it
all,
man.
He makes it so easy for everyone. It's and shout out to Crypto Heartbeat, man. We see you in the chat, man. One of our favorites too.
I feel like they just want it all, man. So Bitcoin, the halving date's April 12th, right? So, I'm just looking at it from that standpoint alone, just like, yeah, okay, cool. Just a little bit away. And so over the next 170 days, which is roughly 6 months, there's a potential to be doing quite a bit. Now, I showed y'all in the past what Hex did when it reached a penny. It went off and reached all-time highs of 50 plus cents in 329 days. So
just a 50x.
Yeah, just a 50x in 300 days. But again, like just a matter of time, right? Did you do the right things and lower your average to truly profit a 50x, or did you keep your average at 20 cents so you may only end up seeing a 2x? Right? Even right now, you still have the opportunities in front of you. As of right now, if you were one of the individuals, or if you were just an individual in general, you can buy these prices, and in the future, they could be worth a lot more. Right? And so that's what I don't want. I don't want people to stop buying, because I see that happen all too often. And it's because of my mindset. You got to DCA the sucker for the next 6 to 12 months, y'all. Build your bags. Build them. Make them as big as you possibly can. And you'll be able to truly have opportunity and options available to you in the next coming years. Instead of being left with an option of selling your entire bag to try to retire or whatever you may want to do with that entire stack, you can sell a portion of it. Why? Because you've accumulated so much.
Yep. You don't want to give up, okay? Like, it's so easy to give up. It's so easy to have sat here since the launch of PulseChain and have walked away and sold your losses. It's so easy to do that. But, again, I think a lot of the reason why I'm still here has to do with age and wisdom, bro. Like, if I was in my 20s, I probably wouldn't believe. I probably would have sold early. Like, what am I doing? I'm about to go to the club. I'm about to buy this Gucci. I need a backpack. I need a watch. I'm 35, bro. I'm about to be 35 on Halloween. It's like, I've done that so many times. I'm not, bro. I will not do that again. I will sit here and I will patiently wait until our turn comes, because it's coming. We are going to get our turn.
Think about this, and this is something I recommend everybody do regardless of age, and more so if you're younger.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you're in your 30s, think about all the things you could have done from your 20s and now if you would have just used your brain a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. Different life. It's gonna hit you like a brick wall when you turn 40, regardless of where you are.
That's what you, and that's the thing that people don't know. And this is and this only applies if you're a conscious individual, right? If you don't give a fuck, then it don't matter if you think about it or not, because you're not gonna give a fuck, right? So it's just about, do you actually care about yourself enough to understand what you're doing? And most people think they do, but what they're actually doing is chasing something that ain't got nothing to do with them.
Bingo. I was about to say that we are, when we're born and we grow up, we're always chasing something, when what you really should be doing is finding something you like and staying consistent. And that's the level I'm at right now, where it's like, I'm not chasing nothing no more. I'm gonna find what I like and I'm gonna stick with that until I perfect it. And I think
I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't think chasing in the sense that, because you're saying the right thing, but what I want to relay is, find your lane and progress in it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't, you still got to chase something, is what I'm trying to say. But the question is, are you chasing the right thing? And the answer is typically no.
There you go.
And that's why we end up burning time and this and that, because ton of time, and we all got those stories, and that's really what it's about, right? And it's about explaining that to the crowd that doesn't really understand that maybe them trying this new thing might not be the thing that they should be doing, because it's just this new thing. It might not be their thing, right? And that's important to be able to distinguish.
Yep.
Yo, to anybody in their 20s watching this, bro, you better appreciate your big brothers on the screen right now. You got some big brothers that are saving you from a life of debt, struggle, depression, whatever. Like, listen to your big bros, man. I didn't have a big brother. You know what I'm saying? I have two older sisters. They do their own thing. I never had no guidance, man. And for you to be sitting here watching. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So take advantage, bro. Y'all got some big brothers right now on the screen, like, and we don't want to steer you wrong. We could be wrong about this whole thing, but what if we're not? Change your life.
Odds are we're not. Who thought Bitcoin was going to be anything?
Bingo.
Nobody. Right. And these are the things, right? It's like, what are we talking about? We're talking about what makes sense.
Right.
We're not talking about getting lucky.
Right.
And I think people have a hard time distinguishing one from the other. That's why they don't have a problem swinging for the fences when there's no reason to do that.
Right.
Why don't you want that single or double or triple? Why must you think there are only home runs to hit when that's not the guarantee? The guarantee is not the home run. The guarantee is the obvious choice. And the obvious choice is always monetizing time, and then everything else that's there to support that.
Facts.
Yeah, just get to the base, man. Like you said, stop trying to go for a home run, man. Like, no one's gonna everyone's trying to time the bottom, trying to time the top. I get it, you know what I mean? But don't put that stress on your life, man.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that while it's doable, do you know how to do it? And if you do know how to do it, are you exercising the discipline to actually accomplish that? Like, yo, I'm telling you, man, like, people really underappreciate the impact of behavior on our impulse when it comes to money and what we're supposed to do and not do. You know, people really, really underappreciate that. I mean, why else would the world be in the state that it's in and nobody got money? Just a select few. Because we know it's not hard to get money. We know it's not hard to get. However, we also know it's hard as fuck to keep.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
There's a reason for that. The reason for that is our impulse behaviors. Are we disciplined? Are we not? Are we doing what we're supposed to do? Do we have a problem doing what we're supposed to do? Right? And because that really, it's like Wes was just saying, I'm going to sell this shit and I'm going to go buy that Gucci. You don't need that shit, bro, but that's what you want to do, so you're going to do it, and that's impulse.
Yep.
I mean, I seen somebody today saying, "Oh, crypto is to get rich and buy cars," and I'm just like, bro, I'm so past that. I am so past that now. I don't want no cars. I literally just want to. I just want to go on vacation and I want to eat food. That's it.
Even for that, right? That requires resources.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I want to eat and travel. That's it.
Yeah, but even to do that, right? And here's the thing: is like, let's say, oh, but I can grow my own food, sure, but you got to be able to grow your own food. You got to have the land, you got to have this, you got to have that.
True,
So
true.
no matter what you're doing, you still need resources.
Facts, yeah, facts.
And that shit comes in many forms. Resources is a general ass term.
Yep.
Just don't get caught up in the material things, man. That was my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so over it. You know, not saying don't get you a nice car, man. Do your thing, but you know, just don't go crazy.
Yeah, but how many cars can you afford?
Bingo.
Odds are not even half of that one you're trying to
bro,
get.
DJ Envy, man. This dude was running a scam. You already got a beautiful wife, beautiful family, 6 kids, nice big house, a Lamborghini. It wasn't enough for you? You got to scam people now so that you could get a second Lamborghini yours for your girl? And now look at you. Now you're facing jail time. And, you know, it's just greed, bro. Greed, man. You had it all.
I don't know what happened there, but that's a sad state of affairs.
Bro.
Yeah, greed's a hell of a drug.
Greed, bro. I don't need all that. I don't just need enough, just family time. I want my time back. That's the most important thing to me. Time.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? You got to know. A lot of people don't know, bro.
Right. Right. You got to get to that point.
Yeah.
You got to get there on your own to where you realize time is the most important thing of all.
Right. And I think that only comes when you accomplish what you said earlier is finding out who you are and doing what you do. So that's where I'm at now. You know, I've been there for a little while, but it's just about really finding where you fit within that space, right? Mm-hmm. So once you find where you're supposed to go, what are you supposed to do? Well, do it. Right? Right. And if you don't have anything to do, that means you haven't found your thing. That's the catch there. Because it sounds pretty straightforward, right? But it ain't.
Great advice, man. Great advice. Like I said, I wish I had I feel like I found older brothers, you know what I'm saying? I've been looking for that. Like somebody, not saying I couldn't figure it out on my own, but it's good to have somebody to kind of
The question is why? Why bother if you don't have to? Think about your kids. You got kids. You want them to learn by busting their ass, burning their fingers on the stove? Of course not. That's not what you want.
Exactly.
And I think any decent human being wants the same for any other human being, because everybody knows what pain is. So I don't understand why some people are very hard, they just hell bent on learning that way no matter what.
Right.
And they won't even have a conversation. Right? Because it'd be different if you be willing to have a conversation about, maybe this, maybe that. But that's never the way things go. It's just nah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
On both sides of the coin, right? And it's it should be a conversation. It should be a conversation on both sides, a person that knows versus a person that doesn't. Or at least that's presumed not to know, because they might see something that nobody's ever saw before.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is kind of off topic. Well, sort of, but basically I've always been the leader of every group I've been in, as a child. All my friends, they looked up to me for the direction and the guidance. And then at some point, you as the leader, you hit a ceiling and you look to your, group members to help you get past the ceiling, and they can't. And that's when it hits you bro, I'm tired of being the group leader. I got to go join a group of leaders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel that's what we formed. You know what I'm saying? It's people that our ideas extend outside of the box. And go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, let's just kind of bring it back to why that is, right? And it's literally the elevation of yourself. You have realized that if you in life, being surrounded by the 5 nearest people who are broke as fuck ain't what's gonna get there for you.
Right.
Just period. Right. At the end of the day, no matter what, you can hang out with them all you want. You can try to pull them up all you want. You can try to carry their weight all you want. But at the end of the day, again, that's not the way it works. You will continue to be pulled down through their behaviors, through their weight, through their non-discipline. And so what happens is you can get sucked back in.
Right.
Yeah. Well, when I was growing up, I ended up figuring out exactly that. Crabs in a barrel is what I ended up calling it, because that's what it ended up being. Right? Because at the end of the day, well, when we in the hood, you know what I'm saying? When you in the hood, there ain't nothing else. There is no, it's the floor or the floor. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between, unless you can escape that way of life, that cycle of life.
Right.
So, and when you're young, that's all that exists. There is nothing else.
Right.
You have to find that outlet. You know, in the hood, that's exactly what it is. I can tell you the number of times I heard the word college outside my house. In fucking school, fuck outside my house. In school was like once. From the age of kindergarten to high school. I promise you, like once.
Bro.
Think about that. Who the fuck is going to college in that environment? Nobody.
Right.
Period. You know, that's a fact. That's not an opinion. So the fact that I'm even able to talk about the shit I'm talking about is because I took it upon myself to do what I had to do, not because anybody guided me to do it. So if you can find somebody that can provide you guidance and you don't know you need it, and you look at yourself and you are not in any way, shape, or form, by any type of definition, successful, meaning even if you do not have monetary means, you have time, right? Then you haven't found any success, and you need to fucking seek guidance. Period.
Yeah. You know, I think a lot of the people, you know, off the bat, they think us streamers are like other crypto streamers where we just want to pump our bag, and I don't think they realize this ecosystem. No, that's not what this is. This is a group of people who are tired of being scammed and would not only want to win, but would like to see others win as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing this to
100%.
pump our bags, bro. Like, this ain't, it's not.
Well,
it's
the
not,
bags get pumped with the knowledge.
Regardless.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah,
they get pumped with the knowledge because what do people end up learning? They got to take care of themselves. How's the only way to take care of yourself in the 21st century? Crypto.
Right.
That's the only way. Because when you are able to extract value from that system, it's your value to keep, your value that you earn, your value that you made, and nobody can dictate anything that happens with that value. That's why it's a problem for the system. You know, I was actually doing some studying earlier today, and I'm just refreshing my knowledge based on what they're teaching these losers about economics nowadays, right? The people that believe in this shit and don't actually understand that it's just lingo. Right,
bro, being led off a cliff, bro.
Correct. Well, check it out. I read something, and part of the definition was what could not officially be accounted for or overlooked or monitored, could not be officially monitored by the government. That was the phrase that they use in this economic definition. Economic, bro. We're talking about. We're supposed to be talking about free market capitalism and shit.
Right.
And these niggas is writing in these books, monitored, and you know, I'm trying to keep the hood to a minimum, but goddamn.
No, you good, man. You good.
Like, wow, so wrong in a fucking piece of information that's instructional. Like, I damn near threw up. Right? Because that's the level of fuckdom that's going on out here. So, you know, this is what we're, but what's the problem with that? The problem with that is that these are the people that end up becoming the policy makers, quote unquote.
Right.
And they end up believing all this misinformation, not even understanding that they're being brainwashed. And that's the catch-22, because what are they going to think? They're going to think back to the definition. Because some of these cats are book smart. They don't push it in their own words.
Correct.
They regurgitate words. That's important to understand. Everybody ain't whales. Everybody ain't actually learning.
Yeah, I feel that, man. So I got to share this real fast. I apologize on sharing that, dropping the knowledge. I've seen the question happen all too often and kept popping up in chat. People were wondering how to add wallets and how to add tokens in particular inside your MetaMask. So for everyone who may not be familiar with this, you can actually just go to MetaMask or go to PulseChain right here, go to Exchange, and any tokens that you want to add, you just either add the contract address by looking it up on scan.pulsechain.com, or you should see a main contender for many of them. Hex, Icosa, Hedron, Incentive, any of these other ones, I probably added myself. And then you just simply click on the Fox and it'll populate inside your wallet. So good luck to you.
Appreciate that, man. Awesome. Yeah, and maybe we do got to do a better job of teaching. Yeah, maybe we got to do a better job of teaching, because people clearly still don't understand. I mean, but the thing is, it's not that most people don't understand. It's just that we get new viewers and followers every day, and they just don't know certain things that we've already been speaking about on the last episode and whatnot. So it's like we always got to repeat things. So if you hear us repeating things constantly, it's just because we're trying to help the new people get, you know. Oh, wait, I got to refresh ATX?
No, no, I think it was. I'm saying he's good. He's got.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah. Hey man, appreciate all y'all being here, man. We got 100 live, man. I know Crypto Coffee, Crypto 7 just got off, and hope that all y'all came to show us love. Here. This one.
My bad, y'all. Internet drop.
All good.
talking about the same thing over here, my friend. We got bars from Stephens, talking about whales spitting the bars as always. Cypher facts on this, as always. Yeah, that's what's up, How do you even say this name? I'm gonna give it a shot. Nope, I'm not gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother. I'm good. Ain't that smart.
Oh
man, I
man,
need to make myself like that stupid.
Word.
So that's how I feel sometimes whenever I read some of the names, dude. You know how long it took me to learn Academatiated's name? That was the dumbest thing ever. I feel like it was.
I don't even try, bro.
It was so simple to say too. That's what's funny. It was just so simple. But the first time I remember, like it was like a year ago, whenever I first started streaming, I was like, academation.
I would never
what? Yeah, I was just messed up, and I was like, oh, I finally figured it out, and then it just like rolls off the tongue now, which is funny. But I remember those days where, you would, I would end up struggling with the names, and maybe I'll get back to that one someday. Stick around, my friend. Come around. Come back in the stream. We'll give it a shot in the future.
I just wanted to say, man, I hate when people say stuff on Twitter or whatever. They're like, oh, don't follow that guy. He just wants to pump. He wants you to buy his coin so you could pump his bag. And it's like, no, like I'm trying to pump your bag, dog. I'm trying to pump our bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my
Those
bag.
are the same people that are talking about adoption, though.
Oh, my God. Adoption. Going to $1. And you really think anything's what's beating Hex to $1 in this ecosystem?
Everything else, apparently.
That's funny. Crazy stuff, man. But
all we can do is LOL, baby.
That's all we can do, and just keep repeating ourselves. And for those who listen and hopefully win, congratulations. It's gonna be awesome.
I mean, dude, it comes down at the end of the day. I mean, look, like literally, Hart's law is proven to be once again effective because
there you go.
Just looking at what's been happening in the recent times of the recent pumps and look at all the charts. No matter if I was to pull up many charts and anything tied to Pulse, I would assume most are looking in a similar fashion where they go bloop, bloop, and they go up, and then the next one bloop, bloop, this is the incentive. This is Ethereum Hex. Okay, cool. And then you get into I actually hadn't even looked at these in a while. Hedron and Icosa, didn't even know. Haven't even talked about them, but because they're bonded through liquidity, I don't see anyone else really talking about them. They have also just recently, if you haven't seen, whoops, I pushed the wrong button on that one, done a 2.5x on that one. You know what I mean? Right. So like I wasn't buying Hedron at these levels by any means, but because they're bonded through liquidity, they also pumped 2.5x just by being bonded. Like that's wild. You get a 2x here just by being bonded. Again, I don't see people jumping in and buying pounds and millions of the Icosa and Hedron right now at this time. But just looking at all the charts, they look very similar. Nice little candle going up. And if that's an indicative show of what's going to be happening either way in the near future, I am super excited because we talked about 300 days being the all-time high for the last time that it hit. And I can see this going into 2025. And that just makes me uber bullish, man.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy. We gotta change the terminology. People keep saying, oh, PulseChain is down, PulseX is down. Bro, nothing's down. It's where it's supposed to be. That's where it's supposed to be right now.
Well, everyone's like price discovery. They don't understand. This is price discovery happened.
Right.
It's happening still to this day. People are trying to figure out what is the value of this sucker.
Well, price discovery is infinite, though. Price discovery is infinite. That's what I'm saying.
It really is. It really is. It's infinite.
And when people say, oh, PulseX is so far down, I'm just like, bro, as long as that ratio is the same as it was to PulseChain, I don't see PulseX as being down. It ain't. Where it's it ain't. Stop saying that. Even Sami is like, oh, PulseX is way down. It's not down.
He does keep saying that.
It's where it's supposed to
say that like every single time. He's like, look, we still got a long way to go.
Bro. If the ratio becomes 10-1, you could say PulseX is down, but it's the same. It's 1-3, 1-3.5, 1-4. It's in the same area it's always been. It's not down.
Right.
So change your terminology, man. Be careful with what you listen to, and it's you got to understand all these words, man. So
because it'll definitely wash your brain.
yeah, bro. Yeah. So hey, all the prices are where they're supposed to be. You might want to get it while it's on sale. That's it.
All I know is so far Ethereum Hex has gone back above the price for pre-SEC bullshit against Richard Hart. And that's when I said that I would flip bullish. So I'm bullish, man. Like that was my I just wanted to get back to those levels for me to get bullish. And so yeah, congrats. You did it. I'm bullish. And you did it within the span of 8 fucking days. It was pretty impressive, you know? And again, that's just kind of like the stepping stone because I remember seeing a 10x in 30 days, y'all. And I don't think that's too far-fetched to imagine we see another 10x in the span of 90 days even. Okay,
I really wish people would learn how markets move. They wouldn't even have to worry about that type of shit because that way they would understand that all the X's is coming.
Correct.
Oh yeah, and that perfectly leads into this comment by what is it, the wage? It says if you buy Pulse, you pump PulseX. If you buy PulseX, you pump Pulse. All of us in the same boat, and that includes Hex, bro. Shout out to Hart's Law. We're all the same, like, bro. It's all the same to me, bro. It's all. I mean, well, Hex is clearly the Bitcoin, but other than that, bro, if you're in, you're gonna win. You know, that's just how
you're talking about just like you're talking about a simple little item on this one again. Like I tell you, hold the 4 pillars, make a good foundation, win. Simple.
That's it. Yep. They're all gonna pump together. We seen it.
It is.
Watch the ratios. Gents. Yeah.
I gotta hop. I'm gonna check in with y'all later.
For sure, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Have a wonderful afternoon, man.
We just wrapping up, man. So yeah, no doubt.
No doubt.
We'll be wrapping up here in a sec.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, peace.
All right. So to all of you lovely folks, I had actually pulled up another little icon over here, which is the liquidity viewer for Hex. Now, again, y'all may have seen this in the past, and for those, whoops, let me actually put it on this overlay. Cool. So y'all may have seen this in the past, and what was really fun about this is it just kind of shows what we possibly look at and where the current liquidity is staying right here on Hex. So if you just look on Hex on Ethereum, the USDC pair, we don't really hit volume and liquidity until about 3 cents. So I'm not really too worried here because I can zoom in and you can see this is where we currently are at price-wise right now, right above a penny. Everything to the right is typically sell. Everything to the left is buy. We don't really have a lot in this whole range. So we pull up the Hex Weth pair because that is the other main liquidity pair within the Hex ecosystem. Whoops. There it goes. Hex Weth, and we pulled this up right here. This is where a lot of the buyers are getting involved right now. They're using the Hex and Weth pair because there's plenty of Hex and liquidity locked up in here between each of these items. Now, back here, Hex was 200,000 Hex per candle, right? Or per Ethereum, you would get roughly about 200,000 Hex per Ethereum. Well, now it's already down to 175. Soon it'll be 150. And even past that, we get into under 100 Hex, 100,000 Hex per Ethereum. And this is a massive, massive opportunity for things just to go and skyrocket, y'all. And I do mean skyrocket because we don't have a lot of liquidity on the USDC pair to prevent it from going at least up to 3 cents in the near future. And that's the first wall that we're really going to hit. And then outside of that, this is roughly in that same little ballpark zone. And my goodness, folks, it is going to get absolutely freaking crazy in here. This is roughly around 2 cent Hex right here on Ethereum. So just kind of give you a rough ballpark. But if we can get past this range, my friend, clear skies.
It's over. It's over.
You want to see that 10x pump in a month. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's like, man, I don't want to be buying anymore. It's still like price is pumping. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at this and I see it just as an opportunity. Even now, granted, if you buy when things are making new all-time local highs, you can probably expect some pullback at the end of the day. Just be real with yourself and expect it to happen should it actually arise. So we're not trying to time the exact make perfect purchase opportunity. Assuming you purchase now and it drops 10-20%, it's very possible that can happen. The thing's done at 3x in the span of a week. Okay, cool.
Part of the game.
Part of the game. And again, like, don't prevent yourself from buying, trying to wait for that moment to happen. At least put your foot in the door and get in 70%, then remain the other 30%. Do something. Find out your own investment strategy. But I look at this And I see these numbers for everyone to be able to take advantage of, because even if you just go in right now with the current prices of wherever we're at, Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, whatever, Hex on Ethereum, you name it, dude, we're looking, you could be seeing, again, a span of a 2 to 10x within a very short period of time. That is the possible upside. That's why we're in crypto. Hello.
Yeah.
This is why you're in crypto, for the potential upside, for it to go 2 to 10x within the span of a very short period of time. Now, again, sometimes lengthen it just to say, okay, we did move 10x. We didn't do it within 90 days. We did it in 180 days. I don't know. But is that being possible from where we currently are? Yes. The opportunities are there in front of you right now, present right now, to take action right now.
Facts. Academiciated says it perfectly. No stress when you're staked. Trade the perpetuals. Facts. I'm with you on that, man. Yeah, man. Like, it's like, you know, like, we knew what was coming. We just had, you know, most people had to see it. I didn't really have to see it, but I'm glad I did see it. And that little pump we've had is very nice to see, man. Feels good. Congratulations.
Yeah, and again, I know there's a new whale coming into the ecosystem, or you know, so many of people had noticed whenever the whole thing went down. Be careful about some of those people, because again, like, new folks to the ecosystem and all that good stuff, we want to be a welcoming, come on in, happy family. I get that, but if you got someone coming in with that kind of power, they can easily move markets with or against you, and they'd most likely do it for their benefit. Not saying they aren't seeing a future vision in the ecosystem, but it's possible that they take that money and go swap it back into stables and do other stuff. Now, they have been purchasing, but the downside is we do some blockchain analysis. They purchase and then send it to a different wallet, and that wallet goes off and does whatever they end up doing. I'm not going to go through all the details of everything happening, but I just want to be mindful of that is happening, folks. Not only are whales playing that game, whales have been scooping up these prices for the last 5 months. They've been slowly accumulating, waiting, making sure not to push the price up. But now the prices are pumping. They start stepping in. They start playing whale games where they say, I'm going to push other whales outside of the ecosystem, out of the buying price zone that we're in right now. And they're just going to go bloop and just pump the price. Y'all seen it within the span of a week. Imagine within the span of 30 days. And imagine you get whales that come in with millions of dollars to just continue to deploy no matter the amount of sell pressure. That is the capital that is sitting on the sides right now. Okay? That's there for everyone to be able to take full advantage of. So much love to everyone. But again, I just caution not to get overexcited with the new whale, because again, sometimes they don't have the best intentions at heart. But at the same time, if they want to help pump our bags, I'm going to be welcoming them. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, hello. Then they're going to learn. What I love is typically you see whales do this little behavior where they buy, sell, and do this other stuff. You see it happen all the time. Eventually they start discovering you can stake your hex. And that's such an eye-opening moment whenever I see them realize that, because you can see the whales stop the trading and selling and just start staking. So they take 50 million hex, for example, and they're like, oh, cool, I'll just stake it out for 30 days. Oh, I earned extra yield. I can just sell my yield. Cool, let me go get 300 million hex so I can go stake it 30 days. Ooh. Then they just like, bang. That's what I'm saying. Like, they come in and they make it happen. They learn. And I love that little flip of the switch when they have it happen. So I never want to discern or stop anybody from just doing what they're doing to get involved in the ecosystem. But once they learn the whole hex staking mechanism, it's a beautiful, glorious feeling that you're just like, they get it. You know what I mean? Like, that's that. If you ever want to become that final step into the Hexagon, PulseChain venture and journey, and to have that little badge of honor, stake your hex. And then if you want that extra badge of honor, stake it out 55-55, folks. Are you going to be riding along with this 15 years with myself and Westcott? Are you going to be here with us during the journey? Because I know what could potentially be into the future a massive freaking number. We've shown you the math before. And if Hex just continues to do exactly what it does, which it has been doing flawlessly for the last 4 years, the numbers get ludicrous.
Yeah, man, this feels good. It feels like we're not going any lower. This feeling feels familiar. Like back when Hex was almost a stable coin at 3 cents. It's starting to feel like there's a market maker involved, and like we're just gonna stay at these levels until we continue to go up.
I mean, you said it best right there. Like, dude, the combined price of Hex right now, by the way, my friend, is sitting at like 2.8 cents. You know, the combined, 2.7 cents. So
yeah, man,
we're not that far off from the combined Hex prices on this one at all.
Right.
And then if you actually look over here and just take into account T-share, y'all. Remember when these suckers were only like $60 to get a T-share? Well, now it's $309 just to get a T-share.
Wow.
And again, because no matter what, you still have to buy a certain amount of Hex in order to do a T-share. It takes 30,337 Hex on Ethereum in order to get one T-share staked out for, you know, less than a year.
Right.
Then on the PulseChain side, it's 30,135, which the price is even higher there. So it costs $500 to get a T-share. We've done the numbers on this before, y'all. But imagine the numbers back whenever just Hex is at, we'll say 25 cents, for example. Okay. Like nothing too crazy, but just imagine we're at 25 cents. Okay. That's going to cost you $7,500 to get one T-share that you can get right now, still today, for $300. So don't let that slip away. I get you could have got it in the past when it was lower, but stop it. Stop it. Don't look back in the past and say, I wish I could have. I wish I would have. I wish I had. No, man. No time for the regrets. No time for the regrets. You know what I mean? Like, now is the time to take action. That way you can say, cool, I didn't necessarily get the best price, but I'm in. Like Access Alive was talking. He said his entry point was like half a penny. Congrats. We just reached above a penny again. You know what I mean? And I'm sure his average is lower and all that good stuff because of how it all works. But this is what I'm saying. Like, many people who were in the ecosystem really got in 2021. That's like when it really kicked off, myself included. Right?
Yeah.
After Big Payday or right before Big Payday. Everyone's right in that November 2020 range up to early 2021 for the most part. They got to see lots of X's. And y'all are about to witness the exact same thing within the span of 300 days, y'all. What if we just get back up to 50 cents in 300 days and then you go into a bull market for the next 12 months? My gosh, man.
My gosh. He said it best. My gosh.
$1, $1.50, $2. Facts, man. Facts. Dude, that is it right there.
Yeah, man. Hey, on the way out, make sure y'all hit the like. Make sure y'all subscribe. We appreciate y'all tuning in and hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon or day or morning or night or wherever you are. Shout out.
Much love, y'all. Peace.
Take care.
Yeah, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Yeah. Money stay callin' in this bitch.